CAA fans, do you want to feel the excitement of March Madness like never before? CAAtickets.com is the source for your premium seating options for the 2014 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. The road starts here.
Joined by Delaware head coach Monte Ross. To his left is Devon Sadler. To his right, Davon Usher. Start with a comment from Coach Ross on the win, and then raise your hand if you have questions for the players or Coach Ross, and we'll bring the mic around.
First off, I would say congratulations to Northeastern. I thought Billy has done an outstanding job with those guys all year long. And I thought our guys were really, really resilient tonight. And, you know, to go out to the lead that we went out on 19-5 or 19-4, something like that, and to have them come back on us and take the lead, I think really that speaks more volumes about Northeastern than it does about Delaware. Like, Billy's not going to let those guys quit. He's not going to let those guys stop playing, and they did a great job of it. I thought our guys, you know, really stuck with it. We got down 5, and we fought back, and we're up 2 at the half. But then I thought in the second half, our energy and intensity was what we needed it to be, especially on the defensive end. And it really fueled our guys making shots on the offensive end. And, you know, I can't say enough about these 2 guys that are draping me right now. They make their coach look like he knows what he's doing. They're pretty good players. So, time's yours.
Devon, Carl has like 6 points or 8 points in a row right there in the second half to give you guys the lead, and then he picks up his 4th foul and goes to the bench. But you guys were able to continue that momentum. Can you just talk about, you know, what kind of was said when he goes to the bench with that 4th foul and what you guys were doing at that point?
We know Marvin can come in and do the same thing Carl can do offensively and defensively. And, you know, we just know we have to box out more and crash the glass, all 5 go to the glass. So it is tough playing without him, but we know we all had to play a little bit harder on the defense end.
Monte, your offensive firepower is obviously well known and people have seen it, but in the second half, it seemed like you guys even kind of took it up another notch. Did you think that, and were you even kind of taken aback a little bit by? I mean, you guys shot 76% in the second half.
Wow, didn't know that. These guys can score, and it's. I'd be foolish to sit here and tell you that, oh well, I did this, and that's why they score. These guys have been born to score. Davon's been scoring the ball since he came out of the womb, and Saddles has been doing the same thing. He was probably scoring at conception. So, you know, so I can't tell you that once these guys get going, once they get on, I pretty much just stay out of the way. I got an interesting question last night from a reporter in terms of coaching and managing. This is a lot of managing this year because these guys, their basketball IQ is such that a lot of times it's, okay, let's do this, and then they go out and they execute it. Or sometimes it's, hey, coach, why don't we try this? And so I have enough trust in them, like we talked about yesterday, that I trust them because, like you said, they have so much ability, and our firepower is such that I don't want to get in the way of it. And now what it does, it leads to sometimes, you know, I cringe, our fans cringe at some of the shots that we take, but you have to live with them because there's an opportunity to do what we just did in the second half sometimes.
Devon, you know, you guys got this far last year to the semifinals. How does it feel? What does it mean to get past the semis this year after such a tough loss last year?
It means a lot for us to get past the semifinals because my first 3 years we never got to this point, and you know, I just feel something special about this team, and I think we can make this happen. We just been playing hard, so I knew we could win the game, but we're just gonna stay confident because we got one more game, and we're just gonna leave it all on the floor.
Monte, when you say that, you know, you cringe and the fans cringe sometimes with the shots you guys take, and you have to live.
And you
with
cringe too. I see you cringe.
A little bit. How do you deal with it? I mean, how do you live with it? What do you do? Like, you just
Well, you can't suppress if you have guys that can score. You can't get in the way, and there are going to be times where they're going to take a difficult shot, a shot that you rather they have not taken. But to try to pull the reins in on their aggressiveness, I think would be counterproductive, especially for this team, because they have a high basketball IQ. They understand, before I can yell at them or say anything, a lot of times they turn to the bench and say, that was me. I shouldn't have taken that shot. So they know, they understand. Sometimes, their aggressiveness leads them to do it. But I understand, as long as it's not, and it never is. It's never 2 times in a row. It's rarely 2 times in a game. So, I want these guys to be aggressive. They know I have confidence in them. And, again, I don't want to suppress the abilities that they have.
Monte, in the first half, it looks like early on after you guys went on the big run, you struggled when they went to the zone. Could you talk about the adjustments you made in the second half to be able to shoot 76%?
Well, I thought what it was our movement. We didn't have good movement. And what it was is, and I said to them at halftime, we hadn't seen zone in a while. And it took us a little bit to get our legs up under us. And we were playing so well against their man-to-man. We were getting out in transition. And so it was really about us making sure that we got movement. So at halftime, what we talked about was getting movement, and then attacking. And I thought these guys did a good job. We did run a particular play when they went zone against us in the second half, and we were able to hit a 3. And then I think the next time down, we hit another 3 in a semi-transition or against their zone. So I thought our movement was much better, or even our mindset was much better against the zone.
Davon, this being your first year in the program, Monte is talking about how he has a lot of trust in you guys. How has that experience been for you? Is it something different from last year?
I feel like Coach Ross, we have a lot of scores on our team, and he know how to keep us humble and keep us together. Last year, we really was a new team. We had 13 new Division I players, and here I just came to an experienced group to add some of my leadership qualities that I have, and it's just been a great experience.
Monte, Carl was only able to give you 16 minutes because of his foul trouble. But how important were those 16 minutes? And are you surprised you guys were able to do as well as you did, considering how little you did have him out there today?
Well, you guys know how I feel about Carl. He's the perfect complement to these guys that we have. To have somebody with this firepower that we have, to have somebody in the lane that we can throw the ball to, and we're confident that he's going to score the ball when we throw it to him. That's a great luxury to have. He's leading the league in field goal percentage, and these guys recognize it, and they throw him the ball. And the other thing I credit Carl with is he doesn't complain, at least a whole lot, when these guys don't give him the ball. You know what I mean? He understands the strength of our team, and he understands that he is also an important cog to the wheel, an important spoke to the wheel. But how were we able to do it with them out of the game? I just think these guards just really just stepped up their defensive pressure. And when I tell you the one thing that I didn't, like these guys, when they go through bad stretches where they don't score the ball, they don't waver. Like, we'll have stretches. Like, Saddles had a stretch in the first half. He played great. He had 3 assists, 3 steals, but he was upset at halftime because he didn't really score the basketball. But he never wavered. He took his shots in the second half, and he's confident. I'm confident in him. And, so our defense just fuels all of that. And I think that's how we were able to do it without Carl, even though he's such an important piece to us offensively and defensively.
Davon, I know this is your 1 year in the program, but you really kind of seem to have embraced that, the history and the fact that this is the first time Delaware has gotten this far. What does that mean to you to be a part of Delaware's first trip to the CAA Finals?
It means a lot to me. I wish I had 4 years here, or at least 1 more year eligibility remaining, but God does things for reasons. I'm just happy that I can come in and contribute to an already well-rounded team, help them get to where they've been working forward to get to since Coach Ross got here, since Devon got here. And I'm just thankful that he gave me the opportunity and trusted me and had confidence in me to come here. And if it wasn't for Devon Sadler, I probably wouldn't even be sitting here right now.
Monte, how do you feel the defense played in the first part of the first half? It seemed like you guys were protecting your basket really, really well, and Northeastern just couldn't even get in the paint.
I thought we were really energetic. I thought we were flying around. I thought our defense to start the game, probably the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game, was, I don't know if it was as good as it's been all year, but it was as energetic as it's been all year. And we were getting steals, our hands were active, we were getting out on the break. And then, you know, they went zone, and that affected us. But I thought that first 7 to 8 minutes, that was as active and as energetic as we've been for a long, long time.
Anything else for these guys? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.